Aloha mai Kākau. You're new to my platform, so let's get to it. So, your comment here reads, you can't get Polynesian sacred tattoos unless you're poly by blood. Koko. Just because you raised on the island doesn't count. Well, let's dig deeper into that, okay? Let's break it down, shall we? So, your entire comment in general is not valid. I'm going to tell you why. Our people, Native Indigenous people in general, especially Kanaka Maoli, were really huge into adopting other people into their culture. Think about it. Why are Kanakas so heavily mixed in today's society? A lot of us have Hapa Haole. Others got Popolo. Others got Chinese, Japanese, Korean, you name it. The list goes on and on. Also, you had a lot of interracial marriages that were going on. So who are you to claim the authority to tell somebody that just because they don't have the koko, they cannot get sacred tribal tattoos? Are you a spokesperson for us? Are you 100% Kanaka Maoli? Because this, my friend, is straight up colonial mindset. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It is a colonial mindset that you have. See, I have in-laws that are straight up haole, that have the sacred bearing marks that we have, Kākaus. And I don't get on their case because they are of haole descent. They are a part of my ohana. And who am I to tell my nieces and nephews that when they become of age, that they cannot get a sacred tribal Kākau themselves? That is their birthright anyways, because that is their ohana. And where you really were heva was at the end where you said, just because you raised on the islands doesn't count. You need to be very careful with that. Because a lot of other Kanaka Maoli like myself that were not born and raised on the islands, on the Moku, and had to be raised overseas on the continent are going to see your comment and think to themselves, well, what about my keiki? What about myself? What if I was a Kanaka that was born on the islands? You're going to tell us that we not allowed to bear those sacred bearing marks? Come on now. And who am I to tell my nieces and my nephews in the future that were not born and raised on the islands, that were raised here on the continent, that they cannot bear those sacred bearing Kākaus on their bodies? That is their God-given birthright. For you to say that is damaging to our culture. And if you are Kanaka Maoli, you better make right and pono by this. Have the day you deserve.